Hola mi gente, welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you how I make these birria tacos. Alright mi gente, so I'm going to start with 5 pounds of beef chuck that I'm going to cut into pieces. And you want to make sure you pat it dry before you start to add your spices. Alright guys, so now we're gonna season up our beef chuck. So you're gonna start by adding some salt, pepper, some garlic powder, onion powder, adobo. I'm also gonna use sazon, and the sazon that I'm using guys is Loisa and it's salt free, but it tastes amazing. I'm also gonna go ahead and add some cumin and a little bit of oil so all of the spices can stick to the meat. And if your meat don't look like this, add a little bit more sazon. Alright, mi gente, so the first thing you're gonna do when you're ready to cook, you're gonna take your meat out of the fridge about 10 minutes before you start the cooking process. Then you're gonna heat up some oil on medium high heat. When your oil is nice and hot, you're gonna start to drop a couple of pieces of your beef. And we're gonna sear both sides of our meat. And mi gente, do not skip the step. That sear that we're putting on this meat is gonna take that flavor to another level. So you wanna make sure both sides of your meat look like this. So you're gonna do this in batches, all right? Do not overcrowd your pot because then you're not gonna get that nice, beautiful crust that we're looking for. So when both sides of your beef look like this, you're gonna put it right into your slow cooker. All right, guys, so my meat is nice and seared. I have it in my slow cooker. And then for my birria tacos, guys, I'm using a birria bomb. So I keep seeing it on my TikTok, and I just wanted to try it and see what was the hype about. So I using one bun for 5 pounds of meat. I know it says 4, but I have 5. It's okay. I added 4 cups of water, 1 bay leaf, and 2 beef bouillon. Now you can replace the beef bouillon for 1 cup of beef broth. So I'm going to cook my meat at a high setting for 4 hours. And after 4 hours, your house already smells amazing and your meat is nice and tender and it's done and it looks so, so good. Mi gente, and that consomme, just look at the color. It came out really, really nice. So you're just going to remove the meat from the consomme, let it cool down a little bit, and then we're going to shred it up. All right, guys, so now we're just going to go ahead and shred up our meat. And this, you don't have to do much because the meat is so tender, it just falls apart. So once your meat is nice and shredded up, you're going to add some of the consomme as well. All right, mi gente, so to make my tacos, I'm using corn tortillas. You can use flours, that's what you have. I heat up my grill at a medium high heat and I added just a little bit of oil so my tortillas don't stick. So now I dip one of my tortillas into the consomme, and then I'm going to add my shredded beef that is so flavorful on one side of my tortilla, and then I'm going to add my cheese on top of it. So I'm using mozzarella cheese. You can use Oaxaca cheese, which is what you should use for birria. So now you're just gonna let your tortilla get nice and warm before you fold it so it doesn't break. Now, once you fold it, you're gonna let it cook for about 3 minutes until both sides of your tortillas are getting nice and crispy, and it looks like this. Mi gente, let me tell you something. Using the birria bun is a good idea, and the flavor is very, very nice. Mi gente, all is left to do is just finish making these birria tacos. So guys, after you add the cheese, you can go ahead and add some cilantro to it. You can also add some onions to it. Just, just to make it extra special. All right, mi gente, so that consomme that you had left over, you're going to save it up, all right? Do not throw it away. You're going to use it for serving, and you're going to also use it to heat up your meat the next day. So if you have some leftover meat, just put it in a skillet, add some of that consomme in there, and get it nice and hot. And oh my God, that flavor is going to be amazing. So I'm done making my birria tacos. They look so good. That top of it, that crunch that tortilla have, oh, it's amazing. So now for my consomme for serving, I'm going to add some chopped tomatoes, chopped onions, cilantro, and the squeeze of half a lime. And mi gente, dinner is served. These birria tacos came out so good. That birria bun is such a great idea. So I'm just going to serve it with some lettuce on the side and just dip it in my consomme, and I'm happy. Thank you so much for watching, y buen provecho.